Just grabbing some quick lunch. I don't have a ton of time today. I sold my Scout, the one I've been flying for the last little over a year, to my buddy Dan, and I have a brand new paramotor sitting in the box, ready to go. It arrived a couple days ago, but the wind conditions have been no good, so it's just been sitting there. My anticipation has been growing, waiting to unbox it for this video right now. Weather conditions today are looking prime, but I have a lot to do. I have to assemble the new motor. I have to swap throttles because I'm very particular about my throttles. That was interesting. I need to set up my reserve and I need to break the motor in. So I've got a lot to do before we go flying. First step is unboxing it though, and I haven't said yet what type of paramotor I ordered. So in the meantime, take a guess at what paramotor I have ready to unbox. Also, I'm excited to announce we've got brand new hats with the nice leather sewn patch. Upgraded those, and we also have the flat brim as well as now curved brim. A lot of you guys asked about it, so we added them. Make sure you check that out down below. I'm gonna go ahead and get that box and do some time lapsing. You guys have seen me unbox paramotors before, so I'm not gonna go too in depth on that. But yeah, let's time lapse it and get this bad boy ready to go. All right, so there she is, brand new Scoutmobile, if you haven't noticed yet. She's fresh, she's clean, she's got that new paramotor smell. This is actually my 5th Scout, and I gotta give a huge thank you to the guys at Team Fly Halo for enabling me to get a new Scout quite frequently. Team Fly Halo, I will link down in the description. Check them out for all your Scout needs, as well as training needs. They recently made a pretty awesome video showing their training out in Salton Sea, and I even made a quick cameo, so I'll link that up here, over there, down there or something. Huge thank you to those guys, and every time I mention this, that I'm getting a new paramotor every like 100 hours, people freak out and they're like, what do you mean paramotors only last 100 hours? That's insane. Why would you pay so much for something that doesn't last that long? But it's not that they don't last that long. They last way longer than 100 hours, but I'm able to keep on a fresh motor and sell them before they start depreciating, sell them with some warranty, and move along to the next guy. If you guys remember my very second Scout, the one that kind of kickstarted this channel, the one that was in the McDonald's video, the one that was in the Icarus race, I sold to my buddy Jeff years ago. He's still flying that exact same motor. It has over 400 hours now, and he basically just flies it, and every so often, like a part will break, and he'll put a new part on it. Like, I know he's done the clutch, but original carb, same piston and everything, it just keeps going. So that's just a little word of advice for anyone wondering how long paramotors last. That fuel tank is so freaking white. It's as white as a newborn baby's butt. You could blind yourself looking at that thing. All right, we are en route to the flying site. Jeff and Judson are coming out tonight, potentially Dan if he can make it in time. And now we're all legitimately gonna be on Scouts. But I have to laugh. Anytime that I touch a different brand, people are very brand loyal, it seems. If I fly a Nivic wing, people are like, oh, are you switching to Nivic? Or if I fly a Parajet motor, it's like, are you getting rid of the Scout now? Brands don't matter to me. I'm loyal to what products I like and what products work for me. It doesn't matter who sells it, really. And personally, obviously, I've always liked the Scout, and I also really like the Parajet Maverick, and that's why I own one of both. They all have different uses, really. It's like pickup truck versus a sedan, kind of. Like the Scout shines in certain categories, the Maverick shines in others. Rant over. So, we're gonna get to this park, we're gonna fly, we're gonna have about an hour of sunlight by the time we get there. So it should be good. Also, tonight, we're going to a township meeting. guessed it, the fastest man alive just got faster. Jeff is up on his new 19-meter ozone-free ride. He just got it within like a week ago, so he has only a handful of flights on it. He said it's exceeding expectations, and he's still getting it dialed in. But the new Scoutmobile break-in went well, got some heat cycles on her, and she's ready to go. So I'm about ready to lay on my wing, go take off, and we'll get some impressions of her in the sky.
Whew. I walk all the way across the field because we got a wind situation. That hang point feels really far back. Hopefully I hooked everything up properly. Oh yeah. Running that juicy break-in oily 2-stroke mix. Alright. Time to see if I hooked everything up properly. Let's try to make this a cool launch at least. Funkalicious. Yeah, scooped into the seat. I think I need to do some harness adjustments when I get back on the ground. But she's doable. She's flying and I haven't fallen out of the sky yet. Righteousness. Let's climb over this power line hazard. Like climbing over 72 million volts on a brand new motor. So far so good. The only thing I can remark on is there's a harness adjustment that basically connects the back of the seat to the frame, and it kind of determines how far your harness will sling out. And right now it feels a little tight for me, like I'm sitting on a plank, like I'm on the freaking dunk tank and I'm about to fall out. We're doing it! We're doing it live! I have no idea where my friends went. Thanks for abandoning me, guys! Jeff on that free ride now. He could be halfway to Kansas. Crossing the old river. See if we can get some quarry action in. Engine is humming along nicely. I'm not sure, but I kind of think the Scout prop... There's a guy down there by that digger. I'm pretty sure the Scout prop is a 132 centimeter, when my standard E prop I normally run is a 130, which kind of gives you a little more top end, generally a faster climb rate. But you kind of miss out on that snappy E prop feel. I swear that Hawk just took off and dropped a huge shit. I synced it! Let's see how turbulent it is down in here. That ain't too bad. Quarry action! So the things you guys didn't see me do off camera, I swapped my throttle, which is always a fiasco. Takes a long time for some reason. It's just an annoying little process, but I'm very particular about my throttles, and I don't really like the stock Vitarazi V throttle. Then I mounted up my reserve, which I do a front mount on my lap, and I installed a tachometer. I sealed up my reserve, my underseat reserve container, because I'm not using it. Don't want to make that mistake again. I dumped out my reserve bag once because I forgot to seal it up. That was embarrassing. Oh, the other thing which I forgot to do in preparing this motor is change the seat board. The stock Scout seat board is corrugated plastic, and it works for normal flying, but whenever I do any high G maneuvers, I fold the seat board, and I always end up just replacing them with wood. Recently I broke a wood one, probably needed to use some stronger wood, but that's the only other thing I gotta do to this guy, and she'll be ready to rip. Ew. Back at the park, I'm gonna shut her down. I'll let her idle a little bit, not shock cooler. Generally, I like to keep the first flights semi-short, just like 15-20 minute rips. I don't know if it does anything, but the thought's there at least. It's the thought that counts. I'm gonna go for a landing out at the end of the field so that I can take off again. Oh, that sand is wet. I was hoping to skid right across it, but instead I got freaking pitted. Boom. Alright, we're just gonna do a little inspection. Our springs are still in our joints. Shroud. There's a little tiny leak on the head. I'll be retorquing that. Airbox is still firmly attached. Silencer's good. No cracks in the exhaust. So this is the adjustment I was talking about. There's 2 cross pieces back here, and I think I just gotta give them a little more length so that the harness can sit farther away. Alrighty, round 2. Let's give her a go.
Wow, he is fast.
That's a free ride.
Jacqueline, are you afraid of coronavirus or what?
Yeah, except I'm pretty sure this face mask was made in China. So.
Oh! You're doomed. Do you feel like a new man?
It's like a whole new sport.
All right, Panera drive-through, got Justin behind me and Jeff behind him. We have 40 minutes until the meeting starts and we want to be there early, so we're just picking up some food. And hopefully the meeting goes well. We haven't really discussed anything of what we want to say or do, but I think we're just gonna listen in and see if anyone has any complaints about paramotors or not. But it should be all good. I think we only flew there like 5 flights total on like 3 different days. Something like that. It wasn't much. But the Scoutmobile is running really well. She has no issues so far. No leaks, no weird stuff going on. All is to be expected, which is perfect. All right, so meeting time. I will catch you guys on the other side of the meeting with a little debrief of what went on. Whew. Just got home. Pretty late night. Conclusion of the meeting situation. Turns out there was much bigger business going on in the township for tonight's meeting that paramotors weren't brought up whatsoever, and I don't think they would have been anyway. So we were present and we listened in, and we decided not to stand up and volunteer any information because the discussion was much more heated in other directions, so we just kind of hung out, and we were ready if someone did bring it up. All in all, it was a good time. New Scoutmobile is running perfectly. Stay tuned for a whole lot more adventures on her. And make sure you check out Team Fly Halo. I'll have all their links down below. Also, make sure you check out the new leather patch hats. And we've got a bunch of cool t-shirts going on down there as well on tuckergott.com. If you guys enjoyed this one, please drop a like down below. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Till then, peace.